Hi, this is Dr. Martina, your online sex therapist. I'm pretty sure that you have found yourself in moments in life where you wanted to make these changes in your personal life, whatever it is, but it was difficult to figure out how to do that, where to start, how to take the first step, what is the first step. So I put a 3-step process together in this video that will teach you how to produce desired changes in your personal sex life. So how do you know if you need help or not? Well, let me ask you the 3 following questions. And I want you to either write them down and think about them, but be honest about them. The first question is, do you look forward to sex? The second question is, do you feel confident in initiating sex? And the third one is, do you talk about sexual concerns? If any of these questions have a no attached to it, then you need help. And there's a lot of empowerment in being able to say that I need help. Coming to terms with the fact that we need help with our sexuality is the beginning to healing and growing with our sexuality. Our egos just cannot be in the way, and if the ego is in the way, then we really don't get to ask for help, and we need help with this process. I truly hope that asking for help when it comes to sexual problems is going to get easier, because there was a process about asking for help with an MD. It is perfectly understood that it's okay to call the doctor because you have an ache in your elbow, or do you want to know what this plop is on my leg, or whatever it is, that you have no problems calling the doctor and taking care of yourself. I understand that many decades ago it was, one had to toughen up, but we have definitely, it's gotten easier for us to truly take care of ourselves. Now, when it comes to mental health is something that is also maybe for a couple decades. It's okay. The ego is not involved there either, because it's okay to go into therapy. I'm currently in therapy, and I'm very grateful for that. Now, I not always felt that way about it. When my ego was big and insecure and all of that stuff, I heard myself saying, I don't need to go to a shrink, I could figure this out by myself, and I couldn't. I've been getting a lot of help throughout my life, and I will continue to ask for that help. Now, when it comes to sex therapy, it is just the ego still runs the show, because it is definitely something that we feel shame about, because we think that we have to figure this sex thing out. We have to know how all of this works. And a lot of us think that way. A lot of us think that we got to figure it out ourselves. We are the only ones who have these problems. There's no one else that has problems with premature ejaculation, with erectile problems, or I'm pretty sure I'm the only woman who doesn't know how to have an orgasm. Now, let me assure you, you're not the only one. And the other thing I can promise you is that in our first session, you will be able to drop a lot of that emotional baggage of shame and insecurity, because we're going to be focusing on your intuition and not on your ego. And we're going to be building on what you know and not what it is that you don't. And we're going to add to that. And we're not going to judge or be shameful about what you don't know. Sex is learnable. So how do we go from I need help to I want help? Very simple answer is sex is joyful. Sex promises us, sexual activities promise us joy, love, satisfaction, emotional and physical fulfillment. I do understand that not every sexual experience that you will have is filled with all of these emotions, but these emotions can be present with intentions and with a desire and with an imagination. If you can imagine that sex is joyful, if you can imagine that it's beautiful, that it can be fulfilling, then you can change that "I need help" into "I want help," because then you have a desire to, you have woken up the desire to have joyful, fun sex, and you will be a step closer to actually producing that. I can't tell you exactly why I called that number of my therapist, or that number of that therapist that was recommended to me a year and a half ago, but I'm just sure glad that I did it. I'm grateful that I did it. I'm grateful that I followed through. I knew I needed help at that time. I still do. I knew I wanted help, and then I followed through by getting help, by making that phone call. I know this will put you out of your comfort zone. I totally understand that, but that's where the magic happens, and we don't change when we're comfortable. So I truly hope that you will take this third step, and that you will follow through on your desire to taking care of this challenge that you have with your sexuality, and making that call and making that contact to your online sex therapist. That would be the process that gets it all going. So I put this video together in order to help you with this first step, and I hope I have accomplished that. And I hope to hear from you.